Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
So framework, there are different definitions. Like in layman terminology, we can say framework is a set of guidelines. Okay, framework is set of guidelines. Or the instructions. So basically set up guidelines or the instructions, or the other people will say it's the basically basic model. So what are these set up guidelines or the instructions? Like why we need this set of guidelines or the instructions? Okay. So it's basically like set of guidelines or the instructions. Say for example, you remember like during your school days, right? There are set of guidelines, right? How you can participate in the school. So the school will start at 9 o'clock and then it will end at 4 o'clock. And then you should be there by 8:45. And then all the people should be there in the 8:45. And then just we do all kind of prayer and all the stuff, right? And then the school will start at 9 o'clock. And in the school, like you have to follow certain plan, the guidelines, right? So you have to complete your classwork. So there are the certain guidelines. And then you have to leave at 4 o'clock and there's a lunch break between 12:30 to 1 or something. So that way, so you are supposed to eat during that break time. Not always, right? Not in the classroom or somewhere. So that's where you will set certain guidelines, like how to behave in the school. So like why we set those guidelines? Why we need a guidelines? Why we need that kind of guideline? Anybody? Why you follow those guidelines? Follow certain rules. Like why? Why you need certain rules? To set up your routine. So what's the ultimate aim of having that kind of rules or the guidelines or the procedures?
Then,
Pardon?
is it easy to maintain?
Easy to?
Maintain.
Easy to maintain. Okay. So easy to maintain. And then, so you will expect better results, right? Once you set certain guidelines, then you will expect better results. So, for example, you set a guidelines, okay, you have to complete this classwork by 9:30 to 10. Then all the students will pay attention and they will complete that, and then everybody will better perform completing their classwork. Otherwise, if you don't say, okay, whenever you get time, please do this, then you never do that, right? So if you set a guideline, then the things will get done and you will expect better results. So that is the main thing why we said any guidelines, or even I think somebody said like it's basically more organized, or even some said like it's a more robust. Yes. It's basically structured our day. Yes, you can. It's basically more structured. That way, you will expect more results. You will expect more productivity, right? The same thing, even in case of our automation also, it's nothing but you are going to come up with more structured way how you develop your scripts. More structured way to develop the scripts. So what's the advantage here you are getting? That means what is this more structured way? So we are going to explain, okay, how to develop scripts, how to maintain your shared object repository, then how to maintain the function libraries. So these are the things that will be done as part of your framework. You are going to come up with more structured way. You better organize them. Okay, how I can maintain my object repositories, where I have to store them, or where I have to store my automation test scripts, or where I have to share my function libraries. That's mainly talk about or where I have to maintain my test data or the project constants. This way you are going to come up with a structured way to develop different things. Otherwise, like, okay, you keep developing some things like the function libraries, repositories, scripts, and then you messed up. You don't have any organized, any proper directory structure for that. And then tomorrow just you want to look for a certain object repository, then it is messed up, right? Because there is no proper organized directory structure for that. So that mainly focus on the framework. Okay, how to come up with different, these are basically like test assets. Okay, how to maintain test assets, or you can say test resources. That mainly focus in the framework. Framework is nothing but structured way to maintain your test assets or the resources. What are the test assets? Automation test scripts is a test asset. Shared object repository is a test asset. Function libraries, test data, solid constants. These are all the different test assets or the test resources. How you better maintain them, how you better structure them, how you better organize them, that framework implements. Okay. So then, what you expect? Okay, once you organize them, then what are the things that you expect? What are the better results? What are the outcomes you get? What you expect? Better results in terms of robust scripts, right? Then Yeah, the recording is on. Okay, so the robust scripts. Then what else? Reuse, very good. So reuse of code. Then you can maintain the data-driven scripts so that the data is going to drive your scripts. So these are the things. Like what are the things that we discussed yesterday, right? Like as part of your framework advantage. So the framework. So basically, like we looked at like what's the benefits of the framework, right? So you can mention all those things, what you expect in this better results. Easy maintainable, yes. So these are code, and then you can easy maintain the stuff. So that these are the better results what you can expect once you better organize them. Okay. Then the next question is, what are the different types of frameworks? What are different types of frameworks? Linear framework, modular framework, linear, modular, data-driven, keyword-driven, hybrid. Okay. So these are the different types of automation frameworks. So what is a linear framework? Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Just give me a couple of minutes. 1 sec. I'll be back. Sorry for that. Okay, so the linear framework is basically record and playback. Like what are the things that we discussed under record and playback? So here we are going to record the scripts and playback. But what's the disadvantage with this? What's the disadvantage with this linear framework? No reusability, right? Because it's not reusable across different scripts. So that's where the linear framework is ruled out in the Elton part. This very long back. This is the first one that they introduced. Okay, the linear framework. But here there is no reusability. That's where we don't use this linear frameworks in the projects. Then what is the modular framework? Okay, the modular framework is here we are going to create the functions. Okay, so here we are going to create the functions or the reusable actions, whatever it is. Okay, so when it comes to this say linear framework is it's a record and playback, right? So you're going to record the script, automation record and run settings, and then this is the application. So I'm going to say and then record the script. Okay, so I'm going to put say the name and the password, then click OK. Okay. Alright, so after that I'm just close the application and stop recording. So this is how the script is recorded, right? So this script is hard-coded and this is a recorded script and it is independent. I cannot use this piece of code. I cannot use this script anywhere else. It is independent. Each script is individual and it is independent. There is no reusability. That is the main drawback with this linear record and playback. The next level is the modular framework, right? Where we are going to create the functions. So you're going to say, the function or the action, and then you're going to call these actions. Say login, and then you can call these actions, right? Control C. So this is a function. And then this way you are going to create different functions in the script. And then you can call these functions across the other scripts. That means you are going to basically modularize your scripts, like function, close app. This is another function. We are going to close the application. Similarly, like you can also write one more function. That's how you can open application. Open app. Then so we're going to write system util dot run. And then here we're going to provide application executable file. So this way you're going to create more and more functions, and then you create the function library, whatever it is. Okay, create a function library. And then you can call these scripts. Call this, so you can save this function library. Right? So save it. And then you can call these functions, right? So go to your script, and then first you need to associate that function library. So come here, say resources, and then select that function library, say library 1, and then say apply and OK. Now you can call the functions one by one, right? So first I need to call, say open app, and the second one I need to call, say login. So this way you can call those functions one by one. Right? Open app, login, and close app. This is what the modular framework will mention. Like whether you can write the functions or the reusable actions, and you can call them in different scripts. So what is the disadvantage with this? What is the disadvantage with modular framework? So anyway, like here, you're going to create it's basically reusable. But what are the disadvantages here? So disadvantage here is like basically the data is hard coded. The data is hard coded in functions or the actions, right? So if you look at here, the data is hard coded here. Like the agent name, it is test, it is hard coded. The password, it is hard coded. That means if you want to pass, you cannot pass your own data, right? You cannot pass your own agent name or own password in case of modular framework. So remember, the data is hard coded here. That is where the next level, the data-driven framework, came into the picture. So what is this data-driven framework? So data drives the scripts. Data is going to drive the scripts. So here, in this case, okay, you need not, you are going to pass your data from an XML file, and then your script is going to read the data from Excel sheet, like the one that we discussed before, right? How you can import data from Excel sheet. So that's pretty much the concept behind the data-driven framework. Okay. So that actually we are going to focus initially to work on this particular project. We're going to focus on this data-driven framework. And the next one is the keyword-driven framework. Here, each action or the function recognized as the keywords. Recognized as keywords. That's what, even, see, for example, when you start QTP, on the flash screen you might have observed what it says, advanced keyword-driven technology, right? So if you start QTP, on the flash screen, the first screen, what it says, right? It says, keyword-driven, advanced keyword-driven technology. What is that? Keyword-driven. So basically, how the QTP will recognize each function or the actions as the keywords. So if you look at here, so these are the different functions, right? These are the different functions that will be recognized as the keywords because these are the available keywords. That is what the concept behind the keyword-driven technology. Like how the QTP works is each of the functions or the actions will be recognized as the keywords. Like login is a one function, open application is one function, close application is one function. So it's going to recognize each function or the action as a keyword. So that part we are going to discuss how this keyword-driven framework, how to write more functions, and then how it works. So that part we are going to look at once we cover this data-driven framework. So these two frameworks anyway, they're ruled out because of their disadvantage. Like anyway, first one is the record and playback, that's not useful. And the second one is because the data is hard coded in the scripts. So, but we want to pass our own data from an external file like Excel sheet or something. So modular framework is also not that useful in real-time projects. That's where most of the projects will go with the data-driven framework, like where we write all our data in external files, and then the scripts are going to read the data, and then the testing will be done. And some projects, they go with the keyword-driven framework, where we write different functions or the actions, and those are the functions and actions recognized as keywords, and then the scripting will be done. What is this hybrid framework is? It is a combination of keyword-driven and data-driven. Basically, keyword-driven and data-driven. Okay, so once we cover these things, we are going to look at what this hybrid framework. All right. So, any questions before we move on to the data-driven framework? Okay. So, what we're doing is,
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website H2K Infosys.com. On our website H2K Infosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020 337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.